and growth. So this is what I interpret it as. Kind of moving from questions like I've lost my mojo, what can I do to stay on track? I've fallen off the wagon again. These kind of comments where people are saying, I just can't seem to get it right. It's not working for me. I've tried every diet under the sun. I've tried every gym under the sun. Those kind of comments are coming from what we call a fixed set mindset. Okay, so the fixed set mindset is someone that nobody likes to fail. I mean, I don't like to fail, but when you fail, you learn from things, and you can learn what worked and what didn't work. So you can always take something from every situation, whether a diet worked for you or whether it didn't work for you. And you can kind of take it back to right before while it was working and then what stopped it working. Okay, so I'll give you an example. This week I was speaking to a lady on the phone, and the diet stopped working on pretty much a Friday. So she'd do 5 days a week, strict on plan, and then get busy at the weekend, go and train, go shopping, do the housework, get drawn into everything else that people are kind of living their lives, trying to catch up on doing. And then on the night, because you get to the point where you've been on your feet all day, you've not had your meals, you've skipped maybe breakfast and lunch, and by the time you've got through the day fueled on coffee or just water in some cases, by the time you get to dinner time, you're going to be making very, very irrational decisions. Okay, so the chances are that you can consume a lot of calories, a lot of bad foods, and undo a lot of the hard work that you've done during the week. Now, a fixed set mindset would say, right, well, that diet doesn't work for me because I'm hungry at the weekend and it doesn't fit in with my weekend. A growth mindset, which is trying to learn from the failures or the setbacks, whichever you want to call it. The growth mindset will be looking for what can I do to change that. Okay, so an answer to that would be, okay, if you're solid on your eating plan 5 days a week, try and do 6 days a week. Okay, so try and just have 1 day at the weekend when you're off plan, and then eventually work it away so that you're just on one meal where you're off plan. Okay, so ways to get around not eating at the weekend is to plan to eat. Okay, don't plan so much in your weekend that you either A, get disappointed that you didn't get it all done, and B, you didn't eat because you were racing around trying to get everything done. So plan what you're going to do at the weekend and plan when you're going to eat, okay? Because if you don't plan to eat, you won't eat the right stuff, okay? You'll be hungry, there'll be stuff that's tempting around you, and then you'll eat those, okay? And this kind of goes the same way for various different diets. I mean, most diets will work to a point, okay? Some diets aren't capable of getting you to a leaner physique. They're just going to get you more healthy. Some are just plain ridiculous, like the cabbage soup or that one with lemon juice and maple syrup. You know, they're a little bit ridiculous, but they'll still yield results if you stick to them. I'm not advocating that you do them. I'm just saying that if you do stick to them and stay with it, they will work, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, if you keep getting derailed, what is it that's derailing you? Okay, so what can you do to change that situation? I want to get you away from this fixed mindset here and get you over to a mindset where you're thinking about, okay, I've had a setback there. I need to look at it, analyze what went wrong, and then choose another path next time. Even if next time that fails again, you go through the same process until you find something that works for you. Okay, so if snacking on fruit all the way through the day hasn't got you to the body composition that you want to get to and lost the weight, then snacking on fruit going forwards isn't going to get you there just because you're going to do it longer and longer and longer, okay? So you need to look at your diet, you need to look at your training and look at what's potentially holding you back. That's where we'll come in to help you at Thrive. So if you submit your goal sheet and your diet, your analysis sheet, we can look at what the weak areas are and then look at this growth mindset and see what we can do to change and skew those results. Okay, so really stripping it back, making it as simple as we need to. Okay, one of the things that we don't want to do is completely overburden you with too many things all at once. If you want faster results, you're better off overhauling your nutrition, your diet, and your training plan, and following something that is set to your body type, weight, body fat percentage, and lifestyle. Okay, if that's for you. If something like that is going to be too much out of your comfort zone, then doing one thing at a time is going to be better. Okay, so I spoke to a lady about snacking on fruit too much. Okay, so snacking on fruit, it doesn't actually contain any protein, so you're not going to be able to build muscles from that. You're not going to feel healthy. It's literally just going to fill the liver with glycogen, which is energy for the body to use. And you're not actually going to burn any of the jiggly and wobbly stuff that you want to burn by snacking on fruit. Okay, you need to be eating a balanced meal, and a balanced meal contains some of the right kind of carbohydrates, some of the right kind of fats, a lot of fiber from greens, and the right amount of protein. Okay, not an unlimited amount of protein or eat till you're full, the right amount. Okay, now eating until you're full is another kind of subject area. Okay, if you've stuck to an eating plan throughout the day and you've eaten your 3 or 4 meals, including snacks, and had enough water, and you're still feeling hungry at the end of the day, providing your meal is set up and balanced, that's fine. Okay, if you're still hungry, that is absolutely fine, and you've eaten your quota, that's fine. All it means is you're creating a calorie deficit for the fat to be burned in place of food. Okay, so the fat that's under the skin, the wobbly and jiggly bits, that's going to be burned instead of you putting food in there. So that's the whole point of a diet, is to create a deficit so the body has to search around the body and look for those fats to use. So it'll eventually start taking it from its stores under the skin, which is bad, and around the organs, which is even more unhealthy. Okay, so that's how that works. It's okay to be hungry as long as A, you've eaten your quota of protein, B, you've eaten your quota of fats, C, you've had enough carbohydrates, under 100 grams for the day, usually in most cases, and D, you've had enough fiber and you're hydrated enough. It's okay to feel hungry. It's not an issue. Don't worry. There's a lot of these diets that say, you know, you should never feel hungry if you're on the right diet. Well, I tend to disagree. You know, if you're trying to create a deficit, you're going to be hungry. It's a given. It's the first law of what they call thermodynamics. Okay, you're going to burn fat if you've eaten right and you've kept a sensible calorie deficit. Now, that being said, it comes in extremes. You don't want to go too low. Existing on 400 or 500 calories a day is healthy for nobody. Okay, so that's why you know, the 5-2 diet and that kind of stuff isn't very good. Okay, because there's a lot of very severe calorie restriction, which isn't healthy overall. It's going to lead to a spiraling eating pattern. So you're going to get very, very hungry. And unless you've got a lot of self-control, it's going to be hard not to overeat when you get to those eating windows. It's all about balance and keeping yourself in that sweet spot. Just turn that off. Okay, so a fixed mindset doesn't learn from mistakes, tends to chop and change from diet to diet. It's all very well trying to work out what's going to work for you, but giving the process long enough is something that you need to do when you're doing a proper balanced diet. Okay, they get frustrated when they give up. They'll often stand in front of the mirror, tugging at the bits that they don't like, but they're not really thinking about what they can do to improve those stubborn body fat sites. Okay, it's all about perspective. So a growth mindset may stand in the mirror looking at those sites thinking, oh, okay, right, well, I probably need to bring my calories up a little bit. I might need to bring my calories down a bit. I'm feeling pretty run down today. What could that be? Always be looking for that answer, okay? That's the growth mindset. Look for that answer as to why you feel the way you feel, okay? Don't leave yourself to be frustrated. It's not you being a victim. Work out what it is, okay? If you're feeling tired, did you go to bed early enough? Or are you existing on 4 hours sleep, okay? If you're feeling headachy and it's been a hot day, have you drunk enough water and got enough good salts? You know, it's not that you're not in the mood to come in and train, or that you're not in the mood to eat the right foods, or that kind of stuff. It's what can I do to make sure that I'm getting the results that I plan to get, okay? The growth mindset likes to try new things, okay? New things that potentially, with the right thought process, can work. The fixed mindset will try new things very frequently, okay? They'll chop and change plans, okay? Because they think, oh, it's not working, I haven't given it. It's because they haven't given it long enough to work, okay? And they'll flip from one to the next because they're looking for kind of a gratification for a belief that they already have. I already know that kind of mindset, which is a closed and shut mindset, not looking to learn anything new. Okay, so I think that's pretty much about all I wanted to go through with regards to mindset. I'm going to post this poster pretty much everywhere, so because I think it's really, really good, especially this sentence here on the growth mindset. I can learn to do anything I want, okay? And that goes for training, body composition, anything. You can literally learn to do anything you want. You've just got to go at it the right way, okay? So if you have a setback, or you have a point where you keep failing, sit back, take a step back, have a look at what's going on, have a look at whatever data you've collected, and then see what you can do differently to change the data going forwards. Okay, so to change your numbers on the body fat calipers, on the scales, on the performance in the gym, in your work, you'd look at data to see what's actually going on, not what you think is going on here while you're hungry, because nobody thinks rationally while they're over hungry. Okay? If you've got any questions on this and you are on Facebook, then shoot us a question on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, then drop me an email at hello@thrivetrainingclub.co.uk and we can go through this. All right, take care. Bye-bye.